Hello. The fourth episode of Paramount Plus crime drama series, Tulsa King, Season 2, titled Heroes and Villains, explores the aftermath of Bill Bevilacqua and Don Charles Chicky Invernizzi's joint efforts to kill Dwight, the General, Manfredi. Even if the former mafia boss retaliates against his foes by murdering the assassin, the consequences of his actions cast a pall over his family and economic empire. While the two mafia leaders work to eradicate their shared enemy, Cal Thresher's company experiences challenges. Even though Goody demonstrates his dedication to Dwight, the latter may have to contend with Armand Manny Trucci's unwavering commitment to him. Spoilers are ahead. The General expands his empire. Heroes and Villains opens with Dwight, the General, Manfredi dealing with the fallout from Caputo's murder, which was intended to send a message to Bill Bevilacqua. After nearly losing his life, the former mafia capo becomes concerned about the safety of his family and business connections. His anxious behavior persuades his younger sister, Joanne Manfredi, that something is awry. She confronts him and finds that her brother was nearly killed the night before. He tells Bodhi what occurred at Bread 2 Buck, and she freaks out. Tyson Mitchell calms the cannabis dealer down after he states that he has no involvement in the mafia battle. Dwight, Bodhi, and Tyson join Mitch Keller to grow the former's business operations by moving to Galena, specifically a wind farm. After acquiring the site, Bodhi intends to use the electricity to construct wheat farms to expand marijuana output. Med Hat, the landowner, aims to allocate 20% of the area's energy production to the underprivileged members of his Native American community. Dwight agrees to the demand but backs out when the indigenous leader's son requests a 20% share of the weed production profits. The former mafia capo considers it absurd, only for Hat to divulge that they have received an offer from Cal Thresher, who learns about Manny's business trip. Dwight is determined not to lose the wind farm to Thresher as the battle between the two heats up. Bodhi then tells his boss that he can make the transaction work. Meanwhile, Hat offers the government a grant to rebuild the wind farms, only for the former mafia capo to team up with the Native American leader to handle the operation. Bodhi provides him with an estimate of when he will be able to begin operations at the property. Dwight and Mitch then visit Donnie Shore's auto corral to purchase the dealership. When a businessman offers his transferable partnership to General Motors recognizes the transaction's value and purchases the store. Bevilacqua and Chicky navigate their future with setbacks. When Bill Bevilacqua finds Caputo's dead body outside the gate of his mansion, he understands the message Dwight Manfredi sends him. The particular course of events frightens him greatly. He calls Chicky Invernizzi to demand an explanation. The New York mafia boss confesses to his Kansas City counterpart how Goody betrayed him by collaborating with Dwight to derail their plot. After listening to Chicky, Bevilacqua requests a remedy rather than a sob story about the former's inability to carry out an assassination plan. The head of the Invernizzi family requests further time to draft a new plan. When Bevilacqua calls again, Vince Antonacci, Chicky's right-hand man, answers the phone. The New York City capo displays an interest in working with the Kansas City man to find a solution to Dwight, a headache that both of them suffer from. Vince tells him that they will communicate again through proper means, implying an ongoing collaboration between the two mafia factions. However, they may be unable to accomplish anything on their own, especially once Goody demonstrates his commitment to the General. Manny is the lone weak link among Dwight's associates, since the Manfredi family's consignee stresses that he cannot be bought. As things stand, Bevilacqua and Chicky may need Cal Thresher's help to take on Dwight. Because the reputable businessman invited the Kansas City-based mafia leader to Tulsa to face the General, there is always potential for a collaboration. Furthermore, Thresher has already suffered 2 losses against Dwight, namely the latter's acquittal and the collaboration he made with Med Hat. To counter his enemies, the businessman will most likely have to work with Chicky and Bevilacqua. Jackie Ming causes unrest at Cal Thresher's farm while dealing with Dwight Manfredi. Cal Thresher's attention shifts to his business partner, Jackie Ming. He discovers that the Chinese man was growing heroin on his marijuana field. The businessman is outraged by Jackie's conduct and asks that heroin production be halted completely. He also demands a portion of the drug sales as punishment for doing the same on his property. The Chinese dealer responds to Thresher's demands by brutally murdering a man who stole marijuana from the farm. He adds that no one can control him, implying that even the American businessmen should not attempt. Jackie's prominence and strength can be linked to a newspaper article Dwight reads in the 2nd episode of the sophomore season, which discusses the undeniable influence of the Chinese underworld in Tulsa's crime and drug scene. Jackie could be a member of the underworld and an enforcer on Thresher's property. His belief that he can stand up to the American businessmen, despite the latter's relationship with the U.S. attorney, demonstrates that he has tremendous support. He must be producing heroin on the farm while the Chinese underworld is watching. As a result, if Bill Bevilacqua seeks Thresher's help to eliminate Dwight, the businessman may seek Mafia help to retaliate against Jackie in exchange.